Hey guys, Evan Rock here, back in the video, and today we're going to be reviewing the vintage X Plus Jiger figure. So this was literally my first purchase in the dealer's room. I went in, within the first 5 minutes, I saw this guy, saw that he was, a bigger than average Jiger, more detailed. Heard that he was also an X Plus, 50 bucks. I had a $50 bill, boom, bought it. Definitely a very good figure, and I'm going to get into it in this review. The first things first, when it comes to my favorite thing about this figure, it is by far the detail. The detail on this figure is very, very good. First things first, I know X Pluses aren't supposed to have articulation, but I spoke to my friend Robozilla, who told me this was an older X Plus. I'm hoping he's right because that's the title of this video. I don't sound like an idiot, but yeah, that's why it has articulation, but most X Pluses nowadays don't. Anyways, the reason why I think detail is the best part about this figure is really just a lot of it's on the facial detail. You have these wrinkles that go all across the head, these scales that go here, on the other side here. I like these bumps that go all the way down to his snout. Of course, they did pretty good detail on his teeth, and pretty good flaps, if you will, under his mouth and throat here. I also think these little circle details going all across the body are well done. They have even more detailed circles within them, if you can tell. And also I like how we kind of get a structure of his bone here on this leg, and as well as the front one here. Feet detail is good. Flaps going all around. It's really accurate to what, it's accurate to the suit, if anything. Of course, the actual design of what Jiger looks like is accurate as well, but it really makes it look like this was like the suit itself used in the original Gamera vs. Jiger film. Let's get to the next thing about this figure. The next thing about this figure is the paint job. The paint job on this figure is very, very good, and I would say it's fairly above average. First things first, there are only a few primary colors. There's this light orange, not practically, maybe even a red, you call it, color going around the top here. Of course, his primary color is like an orange-brown. We also have some nice black shading, which goes all around the body. I don't particularly remember this on the Jiger design itself, but it does make it look more cool. I do remember it on the face though. Nice booming colors for the mouth, and yes, one of the great things about this is that the mouth has articulation. You rarely see that with just any vinyl figure. But yeah, let's get into the next thing I like about this figure. So the final thing I like about this figure is the articulation. The articulation on this figure is a solid average. The reason why I say it's solid average is because there are 4 joints of articulation. Now typically, because it's not a Bandai, I would say 4 joints is the minimum, but given the fact this is a vintage X Plus, I would also say the same curriculum applies. It should have at least 4 joints of articulation, and it does. It has it on both front legs here, though it's extremely stiff. It has it with the mouth, as I had mentioned earlier, and the head, which moves from side to side. So let's get into the content of this figure. So when it comes to the content of this figure, it ties into the articulation. Now I know that I've said that the articulation is 4 joints, which is a good amount. However, those joints in itself do have particular issues. I don't know if you recall, but I had said in the front legs are extremely stiff. And for some reason, I don't know why these 2 joints are articulated, but these are not. I mean, if you would have had 6 joints there, that would have been great. And the tail is also not articulated, so they missed out on 3 joints. Regardless of which, the main problem I have is that the joints that do exist are extremely stiff, like the legs, as I had mentioned, and a separate con of its own, because this doesn't even count as just stiffness. It's a whole other issue, is that, boom, it pops off that easily. Yeah. Now it snaps back on quite quickly, and I do understand that in the end, this is a vintage figure, and of course, depending on the previous owner, they probably did move it around a lot. But I really find that, it should be better condition than that. So yeah, I mean, stiffness, pop joints, pop off in certain areas, like on the head. All that is really kind of brings the rate down a lot. So regardless of which, given the fact it's my first X Plus and given the fact that I still find it very cool, I would give it a solid 8 out of 10. I would recommend getting this, but I saw it for the first time at G-Fest, so I really don't know where they would be selling them. Best guess is eBay maybe. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this figure review. Like, comment, subscribe. See you guys later, and bye-bye.